Recent studies show the real-life health benefits of marriage, but a healthy relationship takes work. Dr. Rich Hall is the founder of PsychWorks Clinic, and our friend Dr. Hall is here with us to chat about keeping the love alive. We were talking about this since Valentine's Day is coming. Is Valentine's Day something like a good way to maybe keep love alive, Dr. Hall?
It is. You know, there are the couples who are really good at keeping the fire burning all year long, but it's good to have a date that you have to remember to appreciate your significant other.
Oh, that's nice.
It's always good to sort of use these traditions as a chance to celebrate in some way. It doesn't have to be the romantic dinner. It doesn't have to be buying flowers, but those things don't hurt.
Yeah,
right?
But just to be observant of the love that you have.
Right, and to keep one on the calendar because life gets in the way, things are moving fast, and you'll just forget day to day to say, hey, I still appreciate you.
Yeah, that's true, and I think that's so important. Well, when you meet with couples who maybe come in to get some therapy or some help, what are some of the issues you hear the most?
A lot of it's communication issues, for sure. It's the way they talk to each other, the way they feel listened to or validated or not. One thing that I'm always telling people is when you have a conversation that is a criticism, try to sort of table set and say, I'm not coming for you as a wife, I'm not coming for you as a mother, but I didn't appreciate the mashed potatoes today, right? Like, because sometimes what gets heard is you don't think I'm a good cook, and you don't think I'm a good wife, you don't think I'm a good mother, but in reality it was just like, no, they were just salty this time, and I wanted to say something, right? And so we forget that when we hear the criticism, it's not an attack on our character or our identities, the multiple identities of mother and wife or whatever, but instead just a criticism about a particular behavior. So try and keep it for the one thing, and try not to do what I often call antiquing, where you bring up all the past stuff.
Yeah, last year you didn't like the green beans either, right?
right. And there's this strong tendency to want to bolster your argument by saying all the times where they've messed up.
Why do we do that?
Just because that's what the brain does, man. It's just like, well, I'm right, so I'm going to bring up all the times I've ever been right and you're wrong. And that's another thing that I'm often telling couples is, if you have an issue, try to resolve the issue, not try to win. If I win, that means we aren't negotiating our relationship, right? So if I win too often, that means I'm always winning, which means I'm kind of independent and not working together with a person to make a thing work.
And it's not really balanced.
Right.
So you talked about something simple like mashed potatoes or, you know, a bad hair day or something like that. But when you have something like really serious to talk about, what are the best ways to approach that?
It's, once again, keep it at the issue itself. And I do see the wide gambit of issues that people are dealing with, be it infidelity, be it abuse. Verbal abuse is often something that just goes unrecognized in a relationship. It's just the way we've always talked to each other, and I have to be the guy to say, hey, we're going to fight fair. Let's take a time out.
Does a lot of that come from the way we're raised or the way we've been talked to? Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a matter of what do we think is sort of the normal way to express our emotions when we're experiencing them. So when I'm mad, I'm going to say you're being stupid, but like your significant other doesn't want to hear that you've just called them stupid, right? And so you got to like back up and check yourself so that you're not using that language that you wouldn't want to hear back at you, right?
How does someone know when maybe we're not doing this right ourselves? We need help from Dr. Hall or a professional. How do you know?
A lot of times it's finding that you're in the same arguments more often and you're just not able to resolve them yourself. You've talked to other people about it or read about it or whatever, and you're finding like, even though you'd like to get better, you're just not. And so then it's like, at that point, just like with any other issue, you'd call in a professional to help you sort of, let's pick apart what's going on here and figure out how to get better at this thing that we have.
You were nodding when I said that marriage is work.
Yeah.
We get paid to work here.
Yes.
What's the payoff if you work on your marriage or your relationship with your significant other?
There's like a ton of benefits to having a partner, a life partner, right? We just know people live longer when they're in marriages. They tend to be healthier when they're in marriages. They tend to be a little bit more content when the marriage itself is healthy, right? And so we know that there are a lot of social and emotional and physical and psychological benefits to being in a happy, healthy relationship. And so that's one of the benefits of putting in the hard work to make it work.
Yeah, well, you're with PsychWorks. Where can people find more information? If they're listening to us and thinking, you know what, maybe I could use a little tweak, a little help.
I'm at psychworksllc.com on the internet. And you can also email me at psychworksllc at gmail.com.
Okay. Are there any online resources that people could use to
there are a host of
do
them.
it themselves?
Yeah, there are a host of them. I often tell people to, when you're starting to worry about an issue, just Google it. It's going to be on there, on the internet, but also vet it. You know, everything on the internet's not good for you.
Right. That's true. Dr. Hall, thank you so much. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, thanks.
You and
Happy
your
Valentine's
family.
Day to you too.